What is going on YouTube? Whoa, hit a big bump. Hey, driving back here, I'm gonna check the duck slough. I got challenged to another challenge by Spicy over at Backwoods Raised, and we're gonna accept that challenge today. But first off, we're getting ready to roll up here and see how much water is in the duck slough. We've been pumping it now for, I started on Friday and today is Wednesday. Let's see if there's ducks on here, hold on. I'm not seeing any, but that doesn't mean there's not. They could be way back in that corner there, which we'll find out here in a minute. Let's go see how full it is. So yeah, yesterday I came out here and there was one lonely mallard on it. And it's getting full. My first goal was just to get pumped up here to where the water was flowing out. And after that, we're just gonna kind of keep pumping and see how high up we can get it. Check out my new hat, guys. Y'all see that? Big 12 champs. That's 4 of them in a row. Everybody calls us a weak conference, but we ain't no weaker than the SEC is. SEC just has Georgia and Alabama, and that's it. Pac-10, ACC, what we got? Clemson in 1, that's it. The only team that's any good. I guess Syracuse is okay this year, but for the most part, none of the conferences are very strong. But OU got our revenge on Texas. Got this for Christmas. I also got a new pair of muck boots, but I didn't wear them out here. All right, so I'm gonna fill this gas tank up on this pump back here, and we're gonna accept Spicy's challenge over at Backwoods Raised. I gotta go back and review the video, see exactly what it was that he wanted me to do. I know that I have to tell my worst hunting story, which is gonna be nearly impossible because any hunting story, even if it's bad, is still great, you know? So I can't really actually think of one. The worst one that I probably can actually think of that's really fresh in my mind to this date is this year. And you notice I haven't been deer hunting again, and it is because of this. I was hunting one buck. You're gonna get 2 stories because this story's not gonna go with it. I was hunting one buck only the last part of the season, and it got killed. I think I showed you all pictures of it in a previous video. I don't have another deer on trail camera as of right now that is worthy of shooting this year. Don't get me wrong, they're all worthy of shooting, but I have 3 in the freezer right now, and because of that, I'm more selective because I don't need any more deer meat. I got enough deer meat to last me through the winter. But I also got my hogs back, so I don't need any more meat. I got plenty of beef, I got plenty of hog, and I got plenty of deer meat. So I was sitting at home one night, it was during rifle season, and it was a super, super windy day. Super windy, I can't even believe anybody went hunting. And see a photo pop up on my Facebook of my deer, and someone else is holding it. So I guess it wasn't my deer, huh? But I was really hunting that deer really hard, and killed it 3.5 miles, maybe 4 miles as a crow flies from here. So he was really traveling, but that's that sad story. But I go back and review the footage. I got another story that's gonna be way better, I think. I don't know, that's pretty sad. Pretty devastating day. I'm still pretty upset about it. I haven't been back in a tree stand since. But let's go down here and fill this pump up. I'm gonna review Spicy's little clip here, find out there's like a couple things I needed to do, and I gotta figure out what all it was because I don't remember. It's been like a week, 4 days since I watched that video. So let me go back and check that out. All right, so I went back and I watched the clip of Spicy over at Backwoods Raised to figure out what it was he tagged me in. And I just want to start off by saying, if you guys don't know who Spicy is at Backwoods Raised, I'm going to leave a link to his channel. I'm going to put a little iCard here, but I'm going to leave a link at the end of the video. Be sure and go over give O Spicy a sub, tell him I sent you, tell him he has a great channel. I love watching his stuff. So, all right, my 2 tags that he tagged me in were pretty much similar to the same ones he had. I'm gonna tell you the absolute worst hunting experience I've ever had. All hunting experiences are amazing, even the bad ones. So I love the outdoors. I love hunting. I love fishing. As you could tell, my backdrop here is my duck slough. If I'm gonna shoot a video, I'm gonna shoot a video in my happy place. So I love our land out here. I wish my dad would give me 100% full rights to it. He leases out the hay meadow, which is all over here. We got a ton of hay meadow. I wish he would quit. I wish he would let me have full reins of the whole place and I mean, I could do whatever I want, but what I'm wanting to do, the guy that cuts the hay it wouldn't work for me. Because I'm wanting to make this all woods. I'd order 1,200 trees from the nursery, little saplings. I would hire some people to come out and pay them $1/4 a tree, and we'd go in and poke trees in the ground for miles. We'd have a forest out here. But he won't quite let me have full reins of it at the moment, but hopefully one day this will all be mine. By then it'll be too late, but one day this will be a great hunting paradise for somebody. The way it is right now, all we have is the tree lines, and deer mostly run through the middle of the pasture out here. Hard to bow hunt. It doesn't hold deer. The only time the deer come through is during rut, and that's not the worst part of my story. So, we'll get to the story. I could honestly say this is probably the worst thing that probably has happened to me deer hunting. We'll set the mood here. I was probably 20 years old, I'd say 20. Might have been 19 or 20. And we were hunting in the Spavinal Game Reserve, which you guys seen me previously in another video. We were hunting there. I will link one of those videos right here. And we were miles back into this hunting reserve. Now the roads in there are better now than they were then. They've pretty much got a highway built through there now, but you have to have a 4-wheel drive to get around in there. And I was in a 2001, I'd have been 18 or 19, because it was in 2001. I had a 2001 Dodge Ram. It was the 4-door, but it wasn't the true 4-door. It was the 4-door where one opens this way and one opens this way. And we were so far in there, and the rear differential went out in my pickup truck. And at the time, my buddy, his name was Brandon, and my other buddy Jesse was with us. Well, Brandon was a race car driver, so he said, I can get your truck out of here. It's already broke, so we ain't gonna do any more damage to it. Well, what happened was the rear differential, it pretty much broke some teeth off, and it was pretty well spin anyway, so he was right. But my buddy Jesse, he had to go in front of us in his truck, and he had it because it was a lot of hills, and man, you could hear that thing clank, 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 coming through the woods. I mean, it wasn't so bad going downhill, but boy, the going uphill, it was something else. So Jesse would go ahead of us and park on the ridge in front of us and make sure there wasn't any more oncoming traffic coming through to go hunting from the other way, because these roads were just wide enough to get one vehicle down. If you got to get two, you got to pull over off the side of the, all pretty much into the woods to let the car pass by so you can get over to back on the road. And they had to pretty much do the same. I mean, it is an oversized 1-lane road. Long story short, my buddy Jesse goes in front of us, and we come through there. I mean, when we were coming down the hill, my buddy Brandon was driving. When we were coming down the hill, man, he'd gun it, and man, we'd come up that next hill, and it just click, 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 and boy, we got lucky to get to the top. There was a few of them that Jesse, we would actually come by, and he would be parked on the side of the road and say it was clear. And at the time, the cell phone stuff didn't really work then. We had to use walkie-talkies, so Jesse was ahead of us with walkie-talkies. And the cell phones still don't work that great in there. Even to this day, with this age in technology, there's no towers over there. You get down in a ravine, they don't work. I mean, it's pretty steep stuff. But at one point, one hill we were going, and we weren't going to make it up it. And Jesse was at the top of it in our way. And we pretty much had a Dukes of Hazzard right beside him. I mean, we just had to keep going and let him come back by us again and go to the next one. Because if we would have slowed down to try to let him move, we'd have never finished the little trip out. So that's probably the worst experience of a hunting story. And it wasn't even hunting. It was the trip out of the hunting trip that was what got us. And it was pretty brutal. That whole rear differential had to be rebuilt, and I think it had like 98,000. I'm trying to think how many miles it had on it at the time when it happened. I was probably 19 because I'd had it a year or two. Might have been 20. I don't know. Needless to say, that's the worst hunting story that I got. I've never really had a bad hunting experience. That wasn't even bad. That was just an expensive little journey. So the next thing that Spicy tagged me in, okay, who taught me how to hunt? Well, Real Tree Outdoors taught me how to hunt, of course. Oh, Michael Waddle over there at Real Tree Outdoors, that guy taught me everything. No, I'm just kidding. I did watch a lot of Real Tree Outdoors. Michael Waddell. I also used to love the Jeff Foxworthy and the TK and Mike videos. If you don't know who TK and Mike is, them goofy guys back in the day, that was on VHS tape. They were comedians, made a comedy, and they got a duck hunting one that's pretty funny. Jeff Foxworthy was pretty funny. Besides the point, off the story, who taught me how to hunt? Who taught me how to hunt? My dad. My dad taught me how to hunt. And I was probably, I don't know, I was young. I'd go sit with him in the tree stand and probably annoy the crap out of him because I'm sure that I wasn't the patient hunter that I am these days to where I can just sit in a tree all day long. Back then he used to take me, and I'll never forget this one time he took me deer hunting, and we was sitting in the tree stand at one of his friend's house, and his friend had a really serious back injury and he was using a crossbow. That's the one time I actually think that people should use crossbows. He can't pull a bow back. He hurt his back. He hurt his back really bad. So I don't know how far away we were hunting, but he had his son with him, and man, he let that old crossbow rip, and I'll never forget the sound of that sucker going off, man. That thing was loud. But anyways, Dad taught me how to hunt. I remember going with him when I was young, and we'd brush hog and make food plots, and I wish I could get him to do that stuff again. He's gotten older now. I don't know if he just thinks that I'll do it or if he just don't care. I don't think he cares anymore. But Dad taught me how to hunt, and what he didn't teach me, I took it upon myself to figure it out. Dad taught me the basics: deer trails, deer sign, rubs, scrapes. We never really worried about the wind, and I still don't really worry about the wind, but if you want to kill big deer, you got to kind of worry about the wind a little bit. I mean, you're going to kill deer if you don't worry about the wind, but them big deer are smart. But yeah, that's it. Dad taught me how to hunt. What I didn't learn from there, I learned from Michael Waddle over there at Real Free Outdoors. But yeah, that's who taught me how to hunt, Spicy. Now, on to the last part of the challenge. Last part of the challenge, I've got to tag 2 more people, and I've got to ask them 2 questions, which is pretty much going to be the same thing as the 2 questions that I've got asked. I know who I'm going to tag. Here's the 2 tags with the 2 questions. So, Grant McIntosh, you just tag me in a hunting one. I want to keep this kind of outdoors to people that I know that hunt a little bit. Grant, I know you duck hunt, you deer hunt. I'm going to tag you, and I'm going to ask you the same questions that Spicy asked me. What is your best, worst hunting experience? Because there's no such thing as a bad hunt. And who taught you how to hunt? And the next person I'm going to tag is someone I've never tagged before that comments in my comment section, and I'm hoping that he gets this. Stony Creek Heritage Farms. I'm going to tag you because I know that you deer hunt, and I know that you also like to duck hunt a little bit. I'm going to ask you the same questions. What's your best, worst hunting experience? And who taught you how to hunt? Now, that's basically all I've got for you today, other than sitting out here in God's paradise. I'm gonna fly my drone around. I want to kind of look and see what the duck slough looks like from a duck's view. And we're gonna go get more gas. We want this thing to run a couple more days. Really like it to run for probably another week, but I'm spending $55 every 2 days to keep this thing pumping. So I've been pumping it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday, so this is day 6. So you're looking at $150 I've got invested in gas. After today, I will anyway. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the short stories, the clips, or the short stories here. But that's all I got for you today. I really hope you guys enjoyed the stories. I know that I don't really tell a whole lot of stories on my channel. Stories aren't really my forte here. I want to get some action. Makes me upset whenever I can't get any action for you guys. We got deer season still going on. I don't know that I can go a whole nother year without waiting to go deer hunting. So I'm probably just gonna suck it up, Buttercup, and I'm probably gonna go get in a tree and just sit there just for the fun of it again. I may do that tomorrow morning, actually. It's supposed to rain this evening, so that should hold the deer down. I may go to the Spavinaw Game Reserve because I have nothing here at my house. And I'll show you, if you've stuck around this far in the clip, I will put a picture of the top 2 hit listers that's gonna be next year. I'm gonna put them at the end of the video. And so if you've stuck around this long, you can check those 2 guys out. One of them I passed with my rifle. You guys seen that? It's the shooter pass video. I'll put it right here. But I got two bucks that's going to be really nice next year. I don't even want to come out here and I really don't want to put any pressure on my deer here. I'm just going to keep feeding them. Put some food plots in. We're going to do a lot more food plots this next spring and summer. So. But yep, that is all I got for you guys today. Sorry I'm being long-winded. I feel like I'm talking to my family here. I got you guys on the other side of the screen, and I could sit here and I could talk for days. I could talk to a fence post if it'd talk back to me. I guess that's one of the perks you have to have about YouTube, and you got to be able to talk to yourself or talk to a camera and feel okay with it. But that's all I got for y'all today. If you haven't already, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. And until next time, we will see you guys on the next video.